Think you've mastered push-ups? Let me challenge that right now. If I watch you do 10 push-ups today, there's a high chance you're not actually training your chest or arms the way you think you are, and you might be quietly stressing your shoulders and lower back without realizing it. Sounds dramatic? Stay with me, because this is where most people go wrong. I've coached hundreds of athletes at home, no equipment, and almost everyone tells me the same thing: push-ups are easy. But here's the truth. Push-ups only look simple. Level 4 calisthenics push-ups aren't about cranking out reps. They're about full body control. And if that control is missing, your push-up turns into a fancy plank collapse. Let me paint a picture. You drop to the floor, hands down, feet back. First rep feels okay. By rep 5, your hips start sinking. By rep 8, your elbows flare out like wings. By rep 10, your neck is reaching forward like you're trying to kiss the floor. Ever notice that? Be honest with yourself. Does that sound familiar? Here's mistake number 1, and it's huge. People think push-ups are an arm exercise, so all the effort goes into bending and straightening the elbows. The body in between? Completely ignored. That's like trying to fire a cannon from a canoe. There's power, but no stable base to use it. Mistake number 2, the shoulder shrug. Watch most home workouts and you'll see shoulders creeping up toward the ears on every rep. That tiny movement puts your shoulders in a weak, pinched position. Over time, that's how random shoulder pain shows up, even though push-ups are supposed to be safe. And then there's the third classic mistake, the half-rep illusion. You feel strong because you're moving fast, but your chest barely lowers, your elbows stop early, and the muscles that should be doing the work never fully wake up. It's effort without results. Busy, but not effective. Now, I'm not going to fix everything yet. Not because I'm being difficult, but because if you jump straight to advanced cues without understanding what's broken, the fix won't stick. What I will tell you is this: a proper level 4 push-up is not about going lower or faster. It's about turning your entire body into one solid, controlled unit. Quick question: when you do a push-up, do you feel your core working as hard as your arms? If the answer is no, that's your first light bulb moment. Push-ups done right feel more like a moving plank than a pressing exercise. In the next part, I'm going to show you how to set your body up before you even bend your elbows, because the rep actually starts before the rep. And once you feel that difference, you'll never go back to sloppy push-ups again. Think you've mastered push-ups? Let me challenge you right now. If I watched you do just 10 push-ups today, there's a very high chance you're not actually training your chest, arms, or core the way you think you are. In fact, you might be slowly wrecking your shoulders and lower back without even realizing it. That's not an exaggeration. That's what I see every single day with home workouts. Most people say push-ups are basic. And yes, they look simple. You've been doing them since school. But level 4 calisthenics push-ups? Those are a different beast. They're not about ego reps or speed. They're about control, tension, and full body coordination. And the moment one piece of that chain breaks, the whole movement collapses. Let me ask you something honestly. When you're halfway through a set, what gives out first? Your arms? Or does your lower back start sagging? Maybe your shoulders feel jammed. Or your neck starts reaching forward without you even noticing. That's your body compensating. And compensation is just your body's way of saying, I don't have the strength or positioning to do this correctly. Here's the first major mistake almost everyone makes: treating push-ups like an arm exercise. People think bend the elbows, straighten the elbows, done. But the arms are just the movers. They're not the foundation. Imagine trying to shoot a cannon from a canoe. You've got power, but no stable base. The moment you press, everything wobbles. That's exactly what happens when your core and glutes are asleep during push-ups. Second mistake, and this one is sneaky: the shoulder creep. As you lower yourself, your shoulders slowly crawl up toward your ears. You might not feel it right away, but that puts your shoulder joint in a weak and crowded position. Over time, that's how people develop shoulder pain and then blame push-ups as bad for joints, when really it's bad positioning, not a bad exercise. Now let's talk about the illusion of strength. Half reps, fast reps, bouncing reps. You feel strong because you're moving quickly, but your chest barely lowers, your elbows stop short, and the muscles that are supposed to grow and adapt never fully load. It's like knocking on a door instead of pushing it open. You're doing work, but not the kind that changes your body. Here's something most people don't realize: a real push-up starts before you even move. The setup matters more than the rep. If your setup is wrong, every rep after that is just damage control. And I'm not talking about fancy cues yet, just awareness. Are you tight or loose before you descend? Does your body feel connected, or does it feel like separate pieces trying to work together? Think about your body like a skyscraper. The arms are just the elevators moving up and down. The real strength is in the foundation. If the foundation is cracked, it doesn't matter how strong the elevators are, the building is unstable. In push-ups, your foundation is your core, your glutes, and your ability to create tension from shoulders to feet. Here's a quick test. Next time you get into a push-up position, before doing a single rep, pause. Are your thighs relaxed? Are your abs soft? If someone pushed your hips lightly, would your body fold? If yes, that's a problem. And it explains why push-ups feel harder than they should. Another common issue is elbow flare. As people get tired, elbows drift out to the sides like wings. This shortens the range of motion for the chest and shifts stress into the shoulders. It feels easier in the moment, but it's a shortcut your body takes when control is missing. Strength built on shortcuts doesn't last. Now here's the part I want you to remember. None of these mistakes mean you're weak. They mean you haven't been taught how to use your body as one unit. Strength isn't just muscle, it's coordination, and coordination is trainable. I'm not going to dump the full solution on you yet, because if I did, it would feel overwhelming and you'd forget half of it by tomorrow. What I want is for you to start noticing your push-ups, not judging them, just noticing. Where do you feel tension? Where do you lose it? Where does your body cheat? Here's a small light bulb moment before we move on. Perfect level 4. Push-up feels slower, harder, and more controlled than the messy version, even if you do fewer reps. And those fewer reps will build more strength, more stability, and more muscle over time. In the next part, I'll show you how to lock your body into the right starting position before you ever bend your elbows. Because once that foundation clicks, everything else suddenly makes sense. Think you've mastered push-ups? Let me challenge you right now. If I watched you do just 10 push-ups today, there's a strong chance you're not actually training what you think you're training. Even worse, you might be slowly stressing your shoulders and lower back without realizing it. Push-ups don't usually injure people overnight, but bad push-ups quietly stack problems over time. Most people say push-ups are basic. I've been doing them forever. And that's exactly the issue. Familiarity creates confidence, but not correctness. Level 4 calisthenics push-ups are not about speed, ego, or chasing a burn. They're about full body control. When that control is missing, the movement turns sloppy, and sloppy reps steal progress. Let me describe what I usually see. The first few reps look okay, then the hips start dipping, the ribs flare, the neck reaches forward, elbows drift out to the sides like wings. Sound familiar? None of this happens because you're lazy. It happens because your body is compensating for missing tension. Here's the biggest misunderstanding. People think push-ups are an arm exercise, so all the focus goes to bending and straightening the elbows. But your arms are just the movers, they're not the base. Imagine firing a cannon from a canoe. You have power, but no stability to use it. That's what happens when your core and glutes are relaxed during push-ups. Another common mistake is the shoulder shrug. As you lower down, your shoulders creep closer to your ears. That puts the shoulder joint in a weak, crowded position. It may not hurt today, but over weeks and months, that's how shoulder pain shows up out of nowhere. It's not the push-up's fault. It's poor positioning. Then there's the illusion of strength. Fast reps, half reps, bouncy reps. You feel strong because you're moving, but your chest barely lowers and your muscles never fully load. It's effort without impact, like pressing a gas pedal while the car's in neutral. Here's a light bulb moment most people miss. A real push-up starts before you move. The setup matters more than the rep. If your body is loose at the top, every rep after that is just damage control. Before bending your elbows, your body should already feel connected, tight, and intentional. Think of your body like a skyscraper. The arms are just the elevators going up and down. Real strength is in the foundation. If the foundation is weak, the whole structure shakes. In push-ups, that foundation is your core, your glutes, and your ability to create tension from shoulders to feet. Quick check for you. Get into a push-up position. Before moving, ask yourself, do I feel solid or soft? If someone tapped my hips, would I collapse? If the answer is yes, that explains why push-ups feel harder than they should. None of this means you're weak. It means you haven't been taught how to use your body as one unit. Strength isn't just muscle, it's coordination. And coordination can be trained. In the next part, I'll show you how to lock in the correct starting position before the first rep even begins. Because once that foundation clicks, push-ups feel completely different.